Welcome to our latest video, where we'll be discussing the exciting possibility of a live-action film adaptation of Disney's beloved animated series Gargoyles. This fan-favorite series, which originally aired in the mid-90s, followed a clan of gargoyles as they navigated life in modern New York City.
Let's go!
With Disney's recent success in bringing their animated films to life on the big screen, such as The Lion King and Beauty and the Beast, the possibility of a live-action Gargoyles film is more real than ever. In this video, we'll be talking about what we'd like to see in the film, potential casting choices, and more. So sit back, relax, and join us as we delve into the world of Gargoyles and explore the possibilities of this live-action adaptation. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us it means a lot. Thank you, and let's begin.
Save the humans, and we will have our revenge!
How it all started. A live-action Gargoyles movie. The live-action Gargoyles film would have certainly transformed Disney's pristine and family-friendly image, but unfortunately for us, the movie was ultimately scrapped. Today, let us delve into the backstory of what could have been, a gripping modern-day thriller. The live-action Gargoyles film was based on the Disney Channel original television series of the same name that aired during the mid-1990s. Greg Weisman developed and produced the renowned American animated series with Frank Power. The show began airing on October 24, 1994 until February 15, 1997. If you're unfamiliar with the show's fundamental idea, it featured rock gargoyle sculptures that came to life on the rooftop gutter of a Gothic tower. The series centered on a variety of mythological beasts and folklore from the Middle Ages. It was touted, at the time, as one of the most ambitious Disney animated programs in history, aimed at an older audience and with a darker tone. The drama and complicated plot arcs of the series were the highlights of the show. The Gargoyles have a cult following even today. Todd Garner, who was then just an executive at Disney's more adult-oriented label Touchstone Pictures and is now an independent producer of successes like the hyper-popular Possession of Hannah Grace, sought to transform the show into a live-action film as early as 1995. Goliath, played by Keith David, was the main protagonist of the animated series, and he would have been in a live-action film as well. Disney was so committed to producing this grim film that they even enlisted the help of their go-to screenwriter, Jim Koof, the man behind films like Rush Hour, Money Monster, and National Treasure. Previous canceled project. Disney's live-action film adaptation of their animated series Gargoyles was actually never officially announced or put into production, at least in relation to the animated TV series, so it can't be said for sure why it was canceled. However, there are a few possible reasons as to why it never came to fruition. First, it's worth noting that Disney has a long history of not adapting many of its works into live-action films. Gargoyles was a highly regarded animated series when it aired in the 90s, but it wasn't a particularly big hit for the company in terms of ratings or merchandise sales. Gargoyles stood out while it was on the air because of its gloomy tone and gothic vibes. The cartoon series dealt with much more heavier subjects than one might anticipate from a Disney animation. Gargoyles' themes and characters may work well in the theater screens, but a whole other question is how it might perform as a Disney film. So although the series has gained a cult following over the years, it may not have been considered a high priority property for Disney to adapt. Additionally, the budget for live-action films is more expensive than animated films, and the projects may not have been financially viable for Disney at the time. It would also have required a lot of CG work and special effects to bring the Gargoyles to life on screen. Although some developments happened with the Gargoyles live-action film in the past, it's not exactly clear from what we know of how far they got or why they never moved forward. Some speculations include the lack of a strong script or a suitable director, which may have been viable reasons why the film never went into production. Although Jordan Peele, the director of Get Out, Nope, and Us, indicated an interest in developing a Gargoyles movie, the Gargoyles project that Peele proposed to Disney was eventually rejected, according to a report. Peele's vision for the film appears to have clashed with what Disney expected from a Gargoyles remake. Peele has built a reputation for producing high-quality R-rated horror film. It's likely that his vision for Gargoyles did not fit the formula of a Disney film, or that studio officials just weren't willing to invest in the concept anymore. Another reason could be that Disney has been focusing more on live-action remakes of its animated classics in the recent years. With such movies like The Lion King, Aladdin, and Mulan proving to be financially successful, Disney has been putting more of its resources into those types of films. With only so many resources and slots available for live-action productions, a Gargoyles film may not be high on the priority list. It may have been pushed aside in favor of other projects. In short, there's no official explanation as to why a live-action Gargoyles film was never produced, but it could most certainly be a combination of any of these previously stated reasons. what could the story and cast of the movie look like? As the live-action film adaptation of Gargoyles was never officially announced or put into production, it's difficult to say for sure what the story and cast of the movie would have looked like. However, we could speculate on potential story arcs and cast choices based on the animated series. As we already know, the animated series followed a clan of gargoyles who were cursed to turn to stone during the day and come to life at night. The clan was awakened in modern-day New York City and struggled to adapt to their new surroundings while also fighting to protect the city from various threats. A behind-the-scenes peek at the 127-page script for the cancelled Gargoyles movie reveals that it was certainly not a spur-of-the-moment notion and that a lot of thought was put into its writing. The story opens in an archaic age, a time of magic roughly 1,000 years ago, as so many legends do. Goliath McCrath, a man whose homeland is endangered by an evil wizard named Morgan, is introduced by Koof. Morgan is about to create a gateway to hell, so Goliath goes to a sorcerer who offers to give him and a few other warriors a much-needed supernatural boost by converting them into invincible beings. He must surrender his flesh and blood, and his heart would be transformed to rock, but he would not die according to the sorcerer. He would become more muscular than 100 men, dreaded by everybody, and regarded as the devil incarnate. That was the price he would have to pay to save everyone he loved. Goliath was unwilling to reunite with his people in his grotesque state, to which the wizard repeated a familiar refrain from the series, declaring that stone he would be, and stone he would remain until the day comes when he would be elevated above all the clouds in the skies. Only then would he be able to resurrect in gargoyle form. The gargoyles, which included Alec, Callum, Domal, Rory, and Tormod, in addition to Goliath, overcome the wicked Morgan and immediately turn to stone. And that is how it all started in Disney's cancelled live action. Other potential story arcs could include the clan's attempts to adapt to life in modern-day New York City, as well as their battles against the various villains that appear in the series. The film could also delve deeper into the backstory of the gargoyles, providing more information about the curse and how it came to be. In terms of cast, the lead role of Goliath, the leader of the clan, could be played by an actor such as Michael Fassbender, Jason Momoa, or even a newcomer who has a powerful and imposing physique. Elisa Maza, the human detective who befriends the gargoyles and becomes their ally, could be played by someone like Jodie Turner-Smith, Lupita Nyong'o, or Rosario Dawson. Other characters such as Hudson, Broadway, Lexington, and Brooklyn could also be portrayed by a diverse group of actors who have seen success in a variety of horror, thriller, or mythical roles. Of course, all of this is just speculation, and it's possible that any live-action adaptation of Gargoyles would have gone in a completely different direction with its story and cast. Marvelous verdict. So there you have it. Our thoughts on the possibility of a live-action film adaptation of Disney's Gargoyles. While it's uncertain if this project will ever come to fruition, the series has a dedicated fan base, and with Disney's recent success in bringing their animated properties to life on the big screen, it's always a possibility. We hope you enjoyed our discussion, and if a live-action Gargoyles movie were ever to be made, we hope it would be an accurate representation of the animated series that we all love. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back with more content soon. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe.